Hi again, mathematicians. Welcome to our next math video. Today we're going to start with a story problem. We're going to have to figure it out together. If you can, grab pencil and paper so you can try to figure it out on your own. Or if you don't have pencil or paper, you can follow along and try the activities at the end. So let's look at our story problem for today. So, we got Mia and we got Kim. Drew the little stick figures. Mia has 3 buttons. Kim has 2 fewer buttons. Oh, excuse me. Mia has 2 fewer buttons than Kim. How many buttons does Kim have? Now, we haven't had a problem like this before, so let's look at a very, very important word. The word is fewer. So we have to figure out, what does that mean in our problems? Let's really break it down. Let's go with the first sentence and draw some pictures to help us try to figure out, what does that mean that she has fewer? So Mia has 3 buttons. So let's draw Mia's 3 buttons. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mia, so same girl. Usually we start talking about the other person, but we're still talking about the same person. Mia has 2 fewer buttons than Kim. So we know that Mia has 3, but she has 2 less than Kim. Okay, so let's see if we can picture this. So if I have 3 and I have 2 less than my friend, then my friend has what I have plus 2 more. So what would my friend have? Yeah, she would have 5. So Mia has 3 and 2 less. So when someone has less, the other person has the same amount plus some more. So she has 3 plus 2 more. 1, 2. 1, 2. So that's what that means, fewer. She does have 3, and we know that, but she has 2 less than her friend, Kim. So we know that it's 5. Very interesting. So now let's look at an equation, because we've done start unknown, and we've also done change unknown. And I want to figure out which one this is. So we start with Mia has 3 buttons, but she has 2 fewer buttons. So Kim would have 2 more. And this is where that's tricky, because it says the word fewer, but when we write our equation, we want to think of that this person has more. And that's what less and more, fewer and greater, that's what they mean. If you have fewer, I have more. So if I have fewer, you have more. Kind of tricky. And of course, we used our fingers to find out that she has 5 buttons. So we're really pushing our math brain here to picture it in a different way. So nice job. Okay, so for the real lesson today, that was just a math problem practice. Let's look at our real lesson today. Is about hands. You got hands, right? Everybody has hands, I hope. So we're going to be learning how many hands. So when I tell you a number of people, we're going to be able to figure out how many hands they have. So first, let's decide that every person we're talking about has 2 hands, just to make sure that that is understood. Everyone we're talking about has 2 hands. So if I said there was one person, just Miss Hayes, how many hands do I have? 2. But what if there was 2 people, like Mrs. Hayes and Mrs. Abbott? So I have 2 hands, and Miss Abbott has 2 hands, so it would be 2 and 2. So we would have, you're right, 4 hands. Nice. So let's look at these 4 people. We've got 4 people here. We can see they all have 2 hands. Nobody has 0 hands. If I have 4 people, how many hands do they have? Well, we know that each person has 2 hands, so there's a couple ways we can look at this. We can just count all their hands. We can just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can decide that there's 8 hands. That's one way we can do it. But we know that all people have 2 hands, and I feel like we can count by 2s. So instead of drawing a number under each hand, I'm going to draw a 2 above each person. This person has 2 hands. This person has 2 hands. This person has 2 hands. And this person has 2 hands. Now, counting by 2s, do you think we're going to get the same answer? Let's find out. 2, 4, 6, 8. We sure did. So that's another way you can think of it, is if I have 4 people, they have 2 hands each. 2, 4, 6, 8. Or if you really want to count all the hands, that's totally fine. 4 people draw their hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's how you play how many hands. So now it's your turn to try it out on your own. If you're in Google Classroom, there's an assignment in there for you to practice and try out how many hands. If you want to try it at home on your